If you are an anxious love seeker, this video is going to be very important because you're going to finally see how to self-soothe abandonment wound triggering, so you don't have to feel needy, insecure, frustrated. And believe me, they will be triggered if you start dating or you are in a relationship. Learning how to self-soothe and manage emotions specifically triggered in romantic relationships is a part of my Secure Love Creator framework and is essential. The problem is that the most anxious love seekers avoid dealing with these triggers. And it totally makes sense. Avoiding these triggers helped you manage and survive for decades. The problem is that if you don't deal with these triggers, you will not be able to create a secure, healthy relationship. And avoiding something is never effective. These triggers will always come back. Unfortunately, abandonment wound triggers cause anxious love seekers to sabotage their chances of creating a secure, healthy relationships. Fear of abandonment causes many to fall in love with people who are emotionally unavailable. It is paradoxical, isn't it? Similarly, when someone's ready to love them, many are not attracted to those kinds of partners. Thus, they are always in pursuit of that unattainable love instead of surrendering to it. Besides falling for emotionally unavailable men, you may experience surprise feelings of rage even when trigger isn't so big. This is because these problems are simmering beneath and they're never being addressed. Another problem I see is that many focus on preventing abandonment and therefore they never figure out who they are, what their needs are, and what truly makes them happy in a relationship. It's another way of saying that you may struggle to connect with yourself. A consequence of this may be that even when someone loves you, you may struggle to feel and receive that love. I would love to hear from you. Do you or anyone you know think that unaddressed abandonment wounds may cause you to feel like this? Let me know down below. Now, if you learn how to manage these abandonment wound triggers, you can actually focus on building healthy, secure relationship. Let's dig into it, shall we? I will tell you exactly what you need to do, but prior to that, let me introduce myself. I'm Dalila Jusik-Laberge and I help high-achieving women transition from anxious love seekers to secure, empowered love creators so they can enjoy dating quality men that are ready for commitment. If you're tired of emotionally detached men who keep you waiting and wondering, follow me, like and subscribe if you want to receive more posts like this. Share this with your friends. Let's empower women to create secure love. I would also love to hear from you. What are some other consequences of abandonment wounds triggering? Let me know down below. Are you ready to finally learn some tips for managing your abandonment wound triggering? It's important to mention that you may benefit from seeing a therapist, especially someone who specializes in addressing emotional trauma that causes abandonment wounds through some somatic modality. These and other emotional traumas are stored in our body, and doing this kind of work is very effective. This is something that I help my clients with, and I'm about to give you a few tips so you can apply in your life. So, what to do when your abandonment wounds are triggered? What matters is that you keep your prefrontal cortex online. This is the part of the brain that helps us be present in the moment. It also helps us reason and make good decisions in life. We all tend to dissociate when we are triggered and the limbic system takes over. This is a part of the brain in charge of our emotions and survival. This is very helpful in dangerous situations. There is no time to ponder. Instead, we are ready to fight, run away, or submit in dangerous situations. These kinds of reactions helped us survive, but survival strategies won't help you connect emotionally and build secure, healthy relationship. So, how do we keep the prefrontal cortex online when we feel triggered? First, we remind ourselves that we are not in a truly dangerous situation, but we are only afraid of being abandoned. When you remind yourself of these simple facts, you are already involving your prefrontal cortex, or the smart parts of your brain. Another way to keep the cortex online and deal with abandonment wounds triggers is to become curious. Ask yourself questions that make you think. For instance, why am I triggered? What actions or words brought me here? Notice that the other party may not have any negative intentions. While you are at that, ponder some alternative explanations to what's happening instead of defaulting to what your abandonment wound is telling you. This part of processing has an additional benefit. Once you know what triggered you, it's easier to communicate to your partner in the ways that will help you connect. For instance, when you share that you felt triggered when he said certain things, your partner may reassure you that he's not going to abandon you. Another question to ask is related to the past. This kind of exploration is best done with a qualified therapist, as it can be more triggering. If you're not too upset, you can explore the old events that caused abandonment wounds. Exploring your bodily sensations can help you gain a lot of insight. For instance, you may notice a pit in your stomach, tightening in your chest, or a lump in your throat. Noticing these bodily sensations helps you stay in the moment. It's important that you name them as bodily sensations, what they are. Once you pay attention to them, your body will most likely find ways to feel better. Our bodies are very resourceful, but we need to listen to them. You can further find ways to feel better, perhaps putting your hand on your chest, rubbing your belly, hugging yourself. Bring some comfort. Finally, as you explore past events that caused abandonment wounding, show curiosity about what meaning you made about these events. In order to survive, we need to create these trauma beliefs. For instance, if we have abandonment wounds, we most likely may create beliefs such as, I'm not worthy of love and commitment. Nobody cares. Real love and commitment don't exist. I can't trust anyone. Nobody will be there for me. I can only rely on myself. You get the picture. We all have a different way in which we create these limiting beliefs. Can you imagine how hard it will be to create a secure, happy relationship when you have such a negative worldview about relationships? So, here too you can challenge some of these beliefs. Not to gaslight yourself as if you are wrong, but you can show some self-compassion. You can give yourself some self-soothing talk. For instance, I know it was hard and I had to create these limiting beliefs to survive, but perhaps there are some people I can trust. Maybe I can give it a try. Furthermore, remind yourself that you can always withdraw that trust and that you can start trusting with minor issues. For instance, instead of trusting that someone will not abandon you, you can trust that they will show up for your birthday. You can also remind yourself that you have a good head on your shoulders and that you will make sure that you vet the candidates for your heart carefully. You can take as much time as you need. Once you provide this framework to your younger wounded parts, they can feel reassured that you will protect them and that you know how to make good decisions. Gradually, you can integrate with your younger wounded parts that are potentially sabotaging your relationships. They need reassurance and acknowledgement. Providing them with this experience I've described can be very helpful. This is something that I help my clients with, and it's a very effective way to become ready for healthy relationships. If you follow these steps, you can significantly improve your ability to manage abandonment, wound triggering, and other difficult emotions. But this is only a small part of my Secure Love Creator method. There are many other things you need to know. For instance, how to date if you want commitment and meeting quality men, how to understand who is right for you, and so much more. If you want to learn more, follow me and share this with your friends who can use these tips. Also, let me know what helps you manage abandonment wound triggering. What has worked for you and what hasn't? Let me know down below. Join my Secure Love Creator Club. The link is down below or in my bio, depending where you watch this.